Good morning and welcome to today's Church360 Unite webinar on feeds, posts, and comments. My name is Stephen Jenkins and I'm a software consultant here at Concordia Technology Solutions. You can see my contact information on your screen. If you ever have any questions about the software, feel free to reach out to me and I will assist you. Few housekeeping items for today's presentation. This presentation will be about 25 minutes long, and the last 5 minutes will be reserved for your questions and answers. Feel free to post questions throughout this webinar. However, keep in mind that I will not be able to stop the presentation to address those questions. We're going to address your questions the last 5 minutes of this webinar. This training webinar will be recorded and shared, so if you need to step away for any reason, don't worry. You're going to receive an email with a link that'll give you access to watch this video later on. So feel free to share this video with anyone you like. Here's a quick outline for today's webinar. We'll cover feeds, then we'll go into posts, and then comments. And once again, we'll wrap up with your questions and answers. It's pretty straightforward, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and switch over to my training webinar website. All right, so I'm into my training webinar website here. And the first thing I'd like to show you is how to create a feed page, and then we'll be able to add a post to it. Now, there are a lot of different uses for feeds. You can use them for posting blogs, sharing sermons, creating announcements, and even having prayer requests, or pretty much anything else you like. Now, today I'm going to show you how to use feeds as a type of announcement. We already have an announcements page, which is found under our news category. So what I'm going to do is kind of stay in touch with current events, and we're going to create a hurricane relief page. So I'm going to first go to my Pages tab here at the top, and then I'm going to create a feeds page. So if you remember the webinar from last week in creating pages, that icon is here at the top right. So we'll click here. And then the second option listed here is for the feeds page. It has the RSS icon here. So I'll click that. And then I'll click the Create Page tab. And then we just have to give it a name, and I'll name it Hurricane Relief. And then what I'll do is just hit enter, and it's here. And what I need to do is click and drag it to the active menu item side and place it where I want it to be displayed. So I'm going to scroll down here, and I want to go under my news category. So I'll click over here and I'll bring it and drag it here, move it up. And then what I can do is click Save Changes. At this time, this page is a members only page, which means you would have to log in to be able to see the content I'm going to add to this page, but I'll change that a little later on and make it public. And I'll log out and show you how anyone just browsing your site will be able to see those public pages. Also, you'll notice when we go into it, it's going to be set to draft, but we'll publish it once again so individuals will be able to see it. So once I've saved my changes, which I have, I'll click out of the Pages tab at the top, and I'll scroll under News, and then I see my Hurricane Relief page I just created. So I'll select that. And since there are no posts for this feed yet, and we'll go ahead and create that. And that's how simple it is to create a feeds page. Now once again, we're going to create a feed page. Now that our post on our feed page, and posts are different things that you can add to this feed page here. Once again, it can be your blogs, announcements, prayer requests, or even uploading sermons. So to add a post, I'll click on the Edit Page tab here. And then I have a bunch of options here. When I click in the open area here, I have this WYSIWYG editor that shows, and what that means is what you see is what you get. And this is sort of like a Microsoft Word document where you enter in a copy here and you'll be able to manipulate and change things about it. So I'm going to copy some information here. I'm going to create information concerning UNICEF's website, and I have some information I have copied. I'm going to paste in. I'm going to first name my post, and I'll name it UNICEF's Hurricane Relief Program. Enter that here. And then I can click in this open area and simply paste in what I've copied from their website. So I have all the information I have here. I can actually change or manipulate this copy here. So if I want to add something here, Hurricane Relief Program, I can move this information out. I can highlight and go to my styles and change the heading there. So I can change it to 2, which will show here, or if I want to change it to heading 1, which makes more sense. Anything I have saved under the styles section is how my copy will look. And I can move this up here if I like. So I do have some options here for the settings here. I'm going to come back to that a little later. What I'm going to do is scroll down. I'm going to click Create. And so this drops down here, and I have my post created. I can click Edit Page to get rid of that, move it out the way, and I have my posts here. So if I exit out, and let's say I go to the home page, then I can come back to News and click on Hurricane Relief, and then I have this post here. If I click my Edit Page tab again, I have my settings at the top. I can change my URL so that I can simply enter in this entire address and be taken straight to this page. My feed title, if I want to change that, I can do that here. In the meta description box, I can add a description of the page. And then under these options, I can change how many posts that I like to have shown on my feeds page. So if I change it to 3, for example, when I enter in more posts, if I have a 4th one, then the very first one, which will be this Hurricane Relief, will be archived and it will no longer show. Now I have it set to show post content, but if I deselect here and I click Save, then I just have the title. So I'm going to exit out here. I have the title here. Now if I click on this title name, then I'm taken in and I can see all of the content that I've entered. Also, I'm taken to my comment section here. So here's where individuals can add comments, and that will be shown if you choose to under your post. As I go back to the edit page, now I have some new options. I have a feed option here where I can choose where to link this feed. I can change and move it to the announcements page if I like. So if I select that and click save, then I exit out. If I go back to my home page, go under news and go to my announcements, then we have that post there. Okay. So I can click on this again, click edit page, and change my feed location, and I'll move it back to hurricane relief, and then I'll save it. A couple other things that we can do. Let me save this here. I'm going to go to my pages tab here, and I'll look for my hurricane relief page here, which here is not, we changed it from members only to have it as public, but also I'm going to publish this page here. So I'll select it and I'll publish it and click Save Pages. My changes have been saved, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to log out. And I'm no longer logged in. I have my news category, hurricane relief page. It says my post is not here, so let me log in and update that. So I'll go back to my post here, and my status is set to draft, so here I'll go ahead and publish that. But before that, I want to show you if I click schedule, then I could choose a date for this to automatically go live. But I'm going to publish it right now. Click save, hit my edit page button, and then I'm going to go to home. I'll sign out again. Go back to my news category, click hurricane relief, and then I have my post. And I can click on, and once again, I'm signed out. So any visitor who's visiting your site, this is how they will be able to see a public page and public posts. So we have our post here. I'm going to go and sign back in, make some additional changes. So we go to my hurricane relief page, go to my post, click edit page, and if I wanted to add a picture, I can do so. So I'll click in, I can go to my image tab here in the WYSIWYG editor, click upload, and then I'm going to search for one of my files here, one of my pictures. So I have a picture here that I created. I'm going to upload, and I'll click OK to bring that picture in. And then you have this picture just to make our post stand out. I'm going to save that and exit out of the edit tab. And then we have our picture here within the post. Okay. So that's how you create posts within your feed page. Now we'll cover adding comments. So I'm going to sign out one more time. And so I'm signed out, and I want to come to my hurricane relief feed page, go to my post, and then I'm going to enter in a comment here and just ask a question. How much should I donate? So here I'm entering in this comment as someone who's not logged in. So I would enter in my name. So I'm going to say that I'm James Smith. I'll click post. I'm having a little error here. Let's see here. I'm going to delete my last name just to see. Now, if I click Markdown, which I did, I'm taken to this new screen where I have different ways I can edit my content. So if you want to access the HTML to do so, you can do that. I'm having some trouble here adding that post, but this is how, if you allow individuals to add comments, they will be able to come here and do so. Let me sign back in and see if there's something I can change to make this comment come through. Okay. I'm back to my feed page, and I have my allow comments here. So let me see if I can sign out and as a guest come in and add a comment one more time. Or let's see here, thanks for sharing. Have that comment. And enter in Robert and enter that. Having a little hiccup here in the system, but that's okay. But this is how a guest can come in and add a comment. So let me take you back in. I'm going to sign back in and show you where if you have comments, you'll be able to moderate them. So I'm going to go back to my hurricane relief feed page, click edit page here, moderate comments. We'll have that selection, save it. Click edit page, and then I can come to my activity tabs here. And under comments, this section is where you would have any comments that individuals have added to your feeds. They will show up here. And if you have the moderate tab selected, you can select those comments, approve, or delete them if you do not want them shown. So that's done in this section here. All right. So that's a quick and simple way to add your feeds, posts, and comments. I'm going to shift back to handle any questions that we might have. So it doesn't seem like we have any questions right now, so I'm just going to, as we're waiting for anyone who may ask a question, I'm going to talk briefly about our updates page. So whenever there's a new feature within our products, we will create a blog and upload them to our updates page. And you can at any time go to 360unite.com/blog to access all of the blogs about our upcoming new features. I'll put up my contact information as well as the contact information for our software support team. If you have any questions that you can't think of now that you come up with later on, don't hesitate to reach out to me or the great professionals in our software support team. They can be reached toll-free at 800-346-6120. Their hours are Central Standard Time. They're open 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock, once again, Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And you can also reach them through our website by clicking on the I button. Once again, For any updates, you can sign up to receive emails of our blogs, and that web address is 360unite.com/blog. Still checking here, it doesn't appear that we have any questions, so we'll go ahead and wrap up a little early. I'm going to bring up my contact information one more time and leave that here so you can jot down my contact information and the email and phone number for our software support team. And once again, I'm not seeing any questions, so we're going to end a little early here. But I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Once again, this webinar will be recorded and shared with everyone on our YouTube page. So look for the emails later on today with the link. They'll take you in to watch this training webinar later on. Feel free to share it with anyone else. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a blessed day.